There's the baby ponies.
They're like little horses.
Hey crocheters! It has been a pretty productive week over here and I'm excited to show you what I've been up to. So the first thing I did this week was I took the tall ears off of the rabbit and I put on some floppy ears. I did that because in the pattern I wanted there to be, you know, the options. You can either do tall ears or floppy ears. So that's what this one looks like with the floppy ears. I'm pretty happy with it. It puckers just a little bit here at the top, which isn't like my absolute favorite. So I'm trying to decide if maybe they should be moved down one row or whether I need to like change the ear just a little bit so that we don't have the pucker. But I'd say for the most part, I'm really pretty happy with it. And so that one, that was like Monday morning first thing because I sent it out to testers Monday, so it needed to be ready. I know, cutting things a little close, but sometimes that's just how I do things. So the other thing I got done, I showed you guys a couple weeks ago, like the beginning of the pig shape, and I really wasn't sold on it. I like looking at the shape. I kept going back and forth thinking like, well, I'm not sure that this is really gonna work, but I'm gonna have to, you know, finish it to know. And then it's sometimes helpful to have something finished and then to be able to go back and, you know, and like look at it and then start again and say, okay, based on the finished object, I need to change like this, and this row on the one I'm making now. So, so I figured I'd just finish the pig and you know, use it as a rough draft, move on from there. Well, it turned out way cuter than I thought it would. So here it is. I think it's really cute. And I finally figured out the tail. Like that, I have made a pig in the past and the tail was like the hardest part. As you can see, I just wasn't able to figure out a different tail. But I mean, I am like really happy with how this one turned out. In fact, when like when I got the face and the ears on, so the eyes and the ears, I was just like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. Because I was a little bit afraid that I was kind of losing my Crojo, like the things I had been working on hadn't been turning out. And so I was really happy when this guy decided to be cute. Yeah, so I'm super happy with it. I ended up using the same fleece on it as I did for the unicorn hobby horse. So it's got little like galaxy kind of look to it, which I think is pretty darn cute. So I'm really happy with this one. This one, I still might make like a couple of tweaks to the pattern, but I don't think it's going to be anything major. So I'm also planning on making a pig lovey to go with this. So I'll probably be working on that next week. I just need to find a good blanket for it. Because I don't know if like a whole galaxy blanket will go well with a pig. It might just feel a little too off. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of searching and find a good blanket for the lovey and, you know, to use in the fleece. So I'm excited about this one. And so I was, you know, my kind of intro to the pig was that sometimes I will finish something and then based on what is finished, if I don't like it, I will edit the next one. And so that's how the deer lovey is going. I finished the shape of the head and I was like, wow, I hate this so much. I just have been failing really bad at the deer lovey. But after doing some sketching, I've got a good idea where I want it to go. And so I haven't torn this out yet because I'm going to use it to kind of help me figure out what I want the real one to look like. So this is what my Dear Lovey looks like right now. It is not cute at all. I mean, I know all Loveys kind of at this stage look like ghosts and they're just not the cutest things you'd ever see, but I'm just really upset with the shape and how the colors are working. Like, I don't look at it right now and think deer at all. So I'm going to try again. And I've got a pretty good idea. I made myself do a couple of different sketches trying to figure out how I want the shape to be, the colors to be. I think I need to add a darker brown color because fawns have, you know, they have some white, they have some brown, and they have some darker brown. So I'm going to work that in. So I've got a good direction for it, but right now it's kind of pathetic, which is fine because I mean, that happens. Then the last thing I have, I like every once in a while I come back to like trying to make flowers. Because I don't know, flowers are cute, flowers are fun. So I like to give it a try. And so I was trying to make like, these are the colors for a sunflower, but really this is like the shape of a daisy. So yeah, just gave it a try the other night while playing D&D with friends. And then doing like a rose sort of thing. And then I got started on a lily when it was just like, okay, Valerie, admit to yourself that Bernat blanket yarn doesn't make good flowers. And so I stopped. So I think if I'm going to pursue flowers in the future, which I probably will, because every once in a while it just comes back to me. It's like, let's try and make flowers. I'll probably find some different yarn to work with because I love Bernat blanket yarn, but I think they're pretty much a animal, you know, Amigurumi type of thing. I honestly think like even if I made, you know, someday way in the future when I've made all of the animals and every version of all of the animals that I want to, so like 10 years from now, I think if I made a doll, which is, you know, on my radar for, you know, 10 years from now, I don't think I would use Bernat blanket yarn because I don't think it translates very well to dolls. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion. So all that being said, I'm sure I'll try something with flowers again, but I don't think I will do Bernat blanket. I'll find some other sort of yarn or fiber to use. Actually, when I was thinking about it, I was like, what about raffia? Like that could be cool, but I've never crocheted with raffia before. It might be a pain and I wouldn't want to, but that's kind of where my mind is. Like maybe someday I would do that. Anyway, this is a lot of me just kind of chattering at the camera. But I also wanted to say here at the end, thank you so much for all of you who've been following along on the Chubby Bunny tutorial and like tagging me in your pictures on Facebook or Instagram. That's been super fun for me to see. And honestly, like it's a little bit silly probably, but if I'm like scrolling through my feed and I see like something that I've made, you know, but it's, you know, made by someone else. You know, it's one of my patterns, but made by someone else. And, you know, like the unique colors and, you know, unique choices of fleece. I'm just like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. And so if that is how I respond to something you post, that's honestly what I'm feeling. I just think they're so cute. And I love seeing what people make. And I find it really exciting. And yeah, so thank you for doing that. And lastly, we just hit 3,000 subscribers on this channel, which is huge and awesome and so exciting. And so far I've done like for kind of the big numbers, I've done like something to celebrate and I don't have an idea yet. So I'm gonna have to think of something. stay tuned. If I don't think of something, we'll celebrate at 4,000. Because, I mean, hopefully that will happen. But yes, I'll plan something. We'll think of something either for 3,000 or 4,000, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope you guys are having an awesome week. I'm so grateful for you being here, for following along, for caring about, you know, my amigurumi. And I hope you guys, you know, have an incredible rest of your week and take care. I will talk to you again soon.